Hey guys, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Through the Glass Table. I'm Ismael.
And I'm Everett Walker.
And today, this jolly person that's in the middle of us is joining us as well.
Oh,
but you guys should remember him.
Yeah, Andre. I was like...
It's Andre.
Andre, yeah, sure.
Yeah, he's back to help us watch one of the most anticipated movies of the month, I guess.
The month. Hey, it went from a year to a month, huh?
Suicide Squad. DC's Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad is about a ragtag team of DC villains who have to work together in order to not die. Led by the Heart of Gold special ops man named Flag, the team, which includes the likes of Deadshot, Harley Quinn, El Diablo, etc., have to stop a magical bitch named Enchantress who's trying to destroy the world with a machine that doesn't look like a machine. Her brother is there too, but never named. Alright, well, initial thoughts, Andre? You want to start it off, since you're the guest?
I guess. I didn't care for it too much.
Damn!
It was going all over the place. Like, we got an origin story, and then like little by each story got shorter and shorter, and then they're like, all right, never mind, we know enough about everyone. All right, now let's go attack something or watch something blow up. Yeah. Okay, let's go something else now. Okay, now, oh, new character. Hi, how you doing? Okay, let's go to something else. That's what I felt like. It was just like keep on popping on. Like,
yeah, this was worse than something like Batman vs Superman, because when you watch Batman vs Superman, you know there's no potential at all. But like for me, I enjoyed parts of this movie. The whole was a piece of shit, but the parts that could have raised this movie up beyond what it was, that's what made it worse.
Like the first 20 minutes of the movie, how they were trying to set it up worked, but then when they got to the part where they started using the file stuff, like I just got really bored. I was just like, what's going on? Why are you giving me this dossier on all these people?
Yeah.
I think what they were trying to do though, and it was a little successful on that part for them, was making Will Smith the central character, or making his like Harley Quinn even the central character, Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I think one of the worst things about this movie is when I was watching it, I was thinking like, it's trying so hard to be cute and cool, and it just forgot to tell the story.
they could have given him a little bit more character development, and I would have been like, all right, it's cool. Like, I would have been all about it, but it was just kind of like, oh, don't forget, I have a daughter. So you're like, don't forget, I'm a human being.
This movie was how long? Like an hour and 40 minutes?
Yeah, it was actually considerably short.
It was short. That's why it felt so fucking long. That's why, like,
Jesus Christ, it felt like 2.5 hours or something.
Right off the bat, I felt like it was rushed. Like it was just, like I said, they set up, they were setting up this kind of origin thing with how the Suicide Squad was built, and then right off the bat, it's just the final scenes.
They spent so much time with those dossiers that it took up the entire first act.
Yeah.
What we saw in the beginning of the second act when they're starting to get together, that should have been the first act.
Yeah.
And then you would have had more of a story to tell, but it seemed like they wrote themselves in a hole and then they had to keep going.
And one thing I didn't like was the origin story about Deadshot, and Batman comes in. I was like, Batman doesn't do that. Like he wouldn't have just swung in on his dude on his daughter.
This is kind of what they're doing, right? They're just sprinkling in because of Justice League.
No, I know that, but I mean, they could have had like a bigger fight between him and Batman and not have the daughter involved, you know?
Batman would have picked a different time. If you saw him in the alley with his daughter, Batman.
Yeah, he would like, oh, you know what? Let him drop off his daughter, and then I'll come after him or something like that.
But then again, this is Zack Snyder's Batman. He kills people.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
All right, I guess we can, character-wise, let's just start off with Will Smith, since he does appear to be the central focus of the movie. Like him as Deadshot, what do you guys think?
Yeah, he was cool.
He was not as obnoxious as Will Smith usually is for me.
Okay, all right, yeah, I agree.
He was very constrained, and I thought that was good. They made the character believable.
Is he kind of like that thug, trying to be like because that's what it appears what Will Smith is trying to portray, right? He's like this thug, the street assassin. Is that what it is?
You know what? I don't really know much about that.
But like if they changed it,
I think
it's Deadshot, not Deadpool. Like he was trying a little too hard to be a little thug, because Will Smith's not a thug. You look at Will Smith, he ain't no thug.
I think though, like that was what was written on the page too. Like some of that dialogue that he had was just terrible anyways. So I think he did a good enough job of portraying that character the way that they wanted him to portray without looking stupid.
And it's very hard when you're doing an ensemble piece like this with multiple characters to develop them fully, right? So like I forgive them for that, because there's just too many. There's too many of them to not you know, to go into depth with it.
Yeah.
So, but he was one that was a little more, I guess.
They build him up a little bit better.
Yeah, a little more better.
In the comic books, they don't really have a hard goal. They're just kind of like, I don't want to die, so I'm gonna do whatever you need me to do. Like, I'm gonna save this person just because they happen to be in my way or something.
I guess they were too afraid to focus them on just being bad guys.
Yeah.
Well,
Like
the whole
they-
point of them is being bad guys.
Right,
Like,
but the audience can't just see them as bad guys. You're so like, this is a story. So if you're gonna have like, if they were just gonna be completely oblivious to human emotions and all that stuff, like how they normally are, none of the audience would be able to connect
That's
to them,
true.
and they can't have the ending.
I mean, cause like Quentin Tarantino's movies, take something like Pulp Fiction. Everyone in there is an asshole, but the way that they're depicted, they're so likable in their assholeness that you can relate with them. So I mean, there's ways around it. Maybe they just didn't do it right in this one.
No, they didn't do it right.
Yeah, they didn't do it right.
Harley Quinn. What did you guys think about Margot Robbie?
I think I liked it. She was doing more of the cartoon version. Like I kept on picture in my head. That's all I kept
That
on picturing.
voice.
Yeah, the whole pudding and all. I liked it. Yeah, I liked it. But
J.
yeah, but all I kept on thinking was just the cartoon.
Oh, she had the strange effect on me because I liked her as Harley Quinn, but she just had stupid lines. I don't
Like which
know.
one?
Like all of them, really. Like
No,
they
she
were
had
like-
that transitional bullshit that they were doing. Like
Yeah.
she was the most. She was used as a dialogue to transition to the next scene when it wasn't even necessary.
or to break up a tense moment. But the problem was that most of those moments weren't tense, and then on top of that, you put like poorly built dialogue from her, and she's supposed to break up the tension, but then it just like falls flat on his face. That's the only thing I didn't like. But her depiction of her, I liked a lot. Like I want to see her again as Harley Quinn.
She's hot.
So we can't go talking about this movie without bringing up what everybody has been sort of anticipating, which is Jared Leto's depiction of the Joker. What did you guys think about that?
I don't know, man. I feel like he was trying too hard, but also I feel like at the same time, everyone had him at this, like, trying to get him to reach, like, Heath Ledger's status and Nick Jack Nicholson. So, yeah, I mean, he didn't hit the marks, but I don't think he was terrible, I guess you could say. I mean,
That's like a nice way of saying, oh, your writing's good.
it could be better.
He's a method actor, so he doesn't, stray too far away from ever breaking his character. So there's all this talk about him being on set, him being a weirdo, and everything. Regardless of all that, it just seems like what he tried to do didn't succeed because I don't even think he knew what type of character, what kind of Joker he wanted to play.
Here's the thing with Jared Leto. He's a fucking hack fraud. Jared Leto does these things where he needs to let everyone know that he's so dedicated to his acting field and look, I'm gonna spend all day in character and I just need to let everyone know, and then you watch the fucking movie and it's terrible. Like, this is not the first time he's done that, and his band sucks too. So
He seemed to be a little more mellow,
Yeah.
and he seemed more of a thug.
yeah, that's what I was saying. I see him more on a
I saw him
lower
more like,
level of like
Yeah.
like a street criminal.
Yeah, and you didn't understand it because he's
Maniacal.
supposed to be more like thinking, twisting, and diabolical even, and just like this one he
I got the
seemed
hint,
more
like,
subdued.
I got him more like a Mexican drug dealer kind of vibe.
So let's not forget that there's like 4 more other people in here.
5 maybe.
5 out of El Diablo. Let's
played by
Jay Hernandez.
Killer Croc, Katana,
Katana,
and then that one dude.
Captain Boomerang,
Oh,
and
Captain-
Slipknot.
The guy that died.
His name was Slipknot.
Oh, really? Okay, I was like, who the hell?
Native American that died.
Yeah, like right away. His only purpose was to serve to be like, hey, if you don't listen, this is what happens. That's
Killer Croc. Like, I didn't understand half of the shit he was saying. Bad ADR because he had so much makeup on his face that he couldn't really force his dialogue out. So of course they had to ADR all that shit. One though, I did enjoy. I enjoyed Will Smith's overall character out of all of them, but the one right after it was El Diablo, even more than Harley Quinn in my. Like, I liked El Diablo more.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't. I don't know. They kept forcing that fucking story about him and his kids and his wife, and I get like that's his motivation, but it was like every 50 seconds you gotta let me know.
But it wasn't
I know
every 50
already.
seconds.
I don't know, and then I also
Stupid,
found it
I hate
unbelievable, like his motivation for escalating everything towards the end of like this is my family, but you guys have only known.
I know, seriously. Like,
2
when did it become buddy and
That's
family?
true. I didn't. That scene where he's talking about what happened, they finally reveal that he, ended up killing his family and stuff. This is like kind of rock bottom for them, right? These characters. So that's what that scene is about. This is their final low before they have to make that decision to go fight. The main villain of the villains, I guess, is Enchantress, who is, that's not her real name?
No, her is Incubus or something like that.
Succubus,
whatever.
In your bis,
And then
In your bit.
may I be? I don't know. I'm just fucking red.
I would have cared more if they would have spent a little bit more time building up that love story instead of like, oh, hey, by the way, these people are in love, and so that's how I'm controlling him.
yeah, it was so in the background that, and then
that's ends up being like the solution
Yeah.
of the movie. I was like,
and then the consequences of everything that happens in the movies revolves around that. But it's like you didn't give us anything to care about. It commits the worst sin of a movie is like putting a villain in a castle and then have those people walk to the castle. You never have interaction between the heroes and the villains. So then who cares once you get to her? You know.
She's just supposed to be this badass. She was dancing like
oh
around
yeah,
the little
yeah.
thing.
I didn't
Did you
understand
see that? I didn't
That was so
understand.
cheap. It
I
looked
didn't
so
understand why they would say, you know what, just be up there and just be like moving.
It's part of the ritual for the spell or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Again, nothing's explained of what she's
I would
doing,
love
right?
to see the raw footage of that. The green screen.
Just start dancing. What kind of dancing? Just
anything.
keep
Move
moving.
anything, yeah.
If you're gonna use like that type, if you're gonna fall into the trope of using like magic and making it spectacular, at least let it fall in the lines of the reality that you have created. It was just so bright. It was so like all over the place. The movie had none of that brightness, none of that to match that at the end.
Yeah,
it's it's just like the fucking Ghostbusters thing all over again. Like it saturated us with all these like CGI and everything. And it's just like, but you started off right with the right tone. Why did you explode at the very end? You ejaculated over everything that you fucking made.
Amanda Waller.
Oh yeah, she actually, I really like her.
Viola Davis, baby.
Yeah, she is a star.
I hate her. I hated her and I loved her at the same time.
Oh, she did a fantastic
No,
job.
I mean, that's not why I was like, yeah, she did a great job of getting me to hate her because I was like, when you see all those like all the cartoon movies, that's exactly how you picture her. Like,
yeah, that's true.
It's like she's a cold-hearted bitch.
So Andre, you're our special guest. We're gonna let you go first. What would you give Suicide Squad in members out of 5?
Out of 5,
Yeah.
I give it a 2.
Oh my god.
Yeah. The only reason that is because it had some nice effects and Amanda Waller. That was about it. Like, that movie just sucked. Like, I had high hope for it.
You know what? I'm gonna trump that and say a 2 out of 5. Like, it was just such a missed opportunity.
The same thing.
Did I say
Yeah.
Whatever. And I don't know. It's just a missed opportunity, and the direction was okay, and the characters were okay. The acting was okay. Just everything was okay, and
Was it okay?
No, the whole part, the sums of the part wasn't okay, but the parts were okay.
I just have to agree with you guys and say 2 out of 5. Like I just didn't saw it. They're just too afraid to Deadpool was the first one to get rated R and to explore what like the anti-hero could be, the darker side of comics, the bloodier side of comics. This one, you had the perfect platform to do that, Warner Brothers.
It's not like they're afraid of that too, because they just released the final cut of Batman vs Superman, which was rated R. So it seems like they're going in that direction. So why
stop
back?
now?
Yeah.
David Ayer, who was the director of this film, he said that this was his cut. This is what he wanted and stuff. But I heard that there's a shit ton of stuff that they took out.
Yeah, it's
it looks like it. I mean, they're pretty sure they cut a lot of the Joker scenes. Like,
from the stuff that I was reading, what's happening is that Warner Brothers is tone deaf. So when they heard that people didn't like Batman vs Superman because it was too dark, they freaked out, and then they said, "Well, we need to lighten up the tone of Suicide Squad, but it's appropriate in Suicide Squad."
If this is the thing though, you can fool us once, we'll try it again. In the second time, okay, because third time's a charm, right? But if you fuck up on the third part,
you're
nobody gonna forgive you anymore.
Man, no.
And the thing that is like people, there's the stupidity of fucking morons saying, "Oh, we should protest and boycott fucking critics
People
and all
want
this
to take
stuff."
down Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Because it's such a childlike thing of like, you don't like the thing that I like, so I'm gonna shut you down.
That
As
was
we
great.
were critiquing the movie, we hear these 12-year-old kids like, that movie was fantastic. That was so good. And it's like, yeah, exactly.
But here's the thing I hate. I hate when you use that, you're like, whatever's going on, it's all like really political, because now they're trying to swing it as well. David Ayer said, "I made this film for the fans."
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, you didn't.
Instead of just accepting your failures.
Just stop. But thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed this review. It's a little wacky, a little quirky. But we'll catch you next time. And thank you.
Bye.
Bye.